Okay, you guys, as you know, I moved here to Kansas last year after the wedding, so June, and we're still in the process of decorating, specifically the office. So this is the first time I've ever had an office space to work in. When I lived in Fort Worth, I lived in a tiny little apartment and did my work, folded my laundry, ate my dinner at my couch in the living room. So this was a huge upgrade. I was so excited to get in here. That being said, there is still a lot to do in just making the space feel like an environment I want to work in all the time. One of the areas I have really spent a lot of time in brainstorming about was the area above my desk. And I went back and forth on truly what I wanted to see up there every day, whether it was a piece of art or a photo of our cows with regal cattle, different brainstorming, maybe a whiteboard. I just went back and forth and I finally think we found a solution that kind of encompasses so many of those ideas. I am going to walk you through kind of the DIY process of me building it and hopefully hanging it up and actually getting to use it here in our office. If you know me at all, you know one of my favorite places to go is an antique shop. And specifically, the first Friday of every month, Kansas City has a pile of antique shops that open up for just that one weekend every month. One of those shops being Bella Patina. So a few months ago, I was in Bella Patina, just walking around, looking for things that caught my eye, as one does at an antique store. And I found these old typewriter drawers. And they were priced super affordably. I think they were like 15 bucks a piece and really sturdy and just kind of lying on the ground with some other stuff. And I was like, man, I love those. What could I do with those? I'm always a sucker for just like random wood or random pieces that you can kind of work into your decor. And I came up with this idea to line them with corkboard and put them above my desk. And we're gonna see if we can achieve that. So I went out to Hobby Lobby, purchased the other supplies I'll show you here in a moment, and let's put them together. Okay, I cannot wait for you to see these drawers. They might be out of different furniture pieces because they're slightly different. They're all pretty much the same size. This one looks like the divider was taken out of it, so we can do like one full thing of the corkboard. They're still kind of dirty. You know, they're really sturdy, but they're somewhat lightweight, so I'm hoping we could find a way to hang them. And I got one more, so there's 3 total. This one's probably the heaviest. Pretty neat. I love them. Okay, I went out and bought this from Hobby Lobby, $12. Kind of a nice big roll of the corkboard. I think you can get this on Amazon as well. And I'm basically gonna measure it. Daniel and I were building fence and he misplaced my lovely little tape measure that I always keep in my purse for antique shopping. So he bought me another one. This one's cuter. So I'm basically gonna measure them, and then I also bought Gorilla Glue. I also want to figure out if we want to put them, originally I was thinking horizontally on the wall. You can kind of see it back there. Like this, like stacked. But we could also do it vertically. I don't know if I have that much room though. And I think I'd want it like this. Let's see. This, I'm thinking like 1, 2, 3. I don't know. If we end up just using 2, that's fine as well. I don't think, you know, doing 2 like that would be neat. Maybe I should do 2 vertically. I don't know, I kind of like it horizontal though. They're all around the same size, around 16.5 inches. You guys already know I'm gonna have to use a calculator for this. 16 times 3, 48. So I'm just gonna measure 50 inches for now. Ooh, it's gonna be big. I think 3 might be too much. I don't want it going all the way down here, and I certainly can't pin anything all the way up there. So 2, let's just say like 34 for some space in between. I might have you guys vote. I'll do a little mock-up. Vertical. I'm not strong enough to hold those up there. Man, I might actually really like that. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys vote on how we should arrange them. Next up is actually measuring out the corkboard and starting to glue that all on. Oh, I already love this. It doesn't need to be like super thick because it's just gonna be like pieces of paper and pictures. I am loving this, loving this. Okay, come back for part 2 and we will assemble the corkboard.